This is Dark Matters.
Mike, how are you doing tonight?
I'm well. I got to see some friends virtually today, which is nice. It was our we did a fundraiser. Frankie and I appeared very briefly with great friend of Dark Matters, the big fat bus driver.
That's right.
And we saw Jess, our friend, and like some other people that we know. Everybody got together to raise some money for Jess. She's having some health issues now, so go find her GoFundMe and
we'll put that in the chat.
We'll
put that in the chat. We'll put the link to the GoFundMe. I'll dig it up in a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find it. And we'll put that in the chat. You can donate. It's one of our very favorite people on the planet going through a tough time.
It's true.
But that was nice.
I don't know if you see this, but there are subtitles coming up from under your face in Skype.
Oh, really? Oh, do I have that on?
Yeah.
Maybe that's an option. I mean, I don't look at the Skype, so that would be cool if we had auto. I bet there's a way I could figure out how to have like auto weird subtitles going on. Does Twitch have that?
That would
no, right?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be cool.
Also, it's giving us transcripts of our shows.
It is.
Or it. I mean, I assume you can get the subtitles out, and that will turn into a show transcript with hopefully minimal editing. Based on what you've been saying. It's translating.
Wow.
Anyway, this is Inside the Matters.
This is some Inside Matters, which usually goes in after the Matters, our official after show. But
stick around after the show for the official after show.
The official after show, which is often quite a bit longer than the original show.
I've been having trouble sleeping this week.
Really?
Yeah, I've been not been able to get to sleep before, I don't know, like 2 a.m, which is probably normal for some people here, but like I usually fall asleep at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
You usually fall asleep at the dinner table. You're like borderline narcoleptic.
Yeah. I can be awake for pretty much exactly 16 hours and then I just need to sleep. But I've been playing chess on my phone to like
there you go.
pass the time that I cannot sleep.
Yeah, that's the blue light on your phone, fucks with your circadian rhythm, that's for sure. That's going to be my first troubleshoot right there if you're looking at the phone before bed. That's why you can't sleep. 100%. 100%.
100%?
Yeah. Other Duck saying, do you play it in your bed? You know he does.
You know I do.
Wow.
It's
this is a really special Dark Matters. This is the Christmas season.
Yes.
Approaching, which, I mean, we're two Jews.
Yeah, the Hanukkah season is receding. The Christmas season is getting close.
Yeah, but we're lucky enough. For Christmas, I believe it's the birth. I always get Christmas and Easter confused, which is the birth of Jesus and which is the death of Jesus. Christmas, I'm pretty sure is the birth, right? Like
Christmas
the amount
is the birth,
I know,
and Easter is not the death; it's the resurrection.
Oh, yeah. I guess you went. Oh, Good Friday is the death, right?
Good Friday would be
this is what I know about Christianity, is what I've seen in movies and paintings. And the one Catholic wedding I've been to. That's what I know about Christianity. Anyway.
They don't usually put the day of the week on the painting, so it would be helpful.
Yeah. So Jesus' birth, we're celebrating it. A lot of people are waiting for Jesus to return.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we can go into the thing to the biblical evidence why it's actually not the date of Jesus' birth, and it was merged with the Roman feast of Sol Invictus.
Yeah, whatever. It's Jesus' birthday.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Jesus was born on December 25th. We all know this.
Yes, I don't care. If it's impossible to know what day it is, the odds are 365.25 to 1 that we got it right. Let's just pick December 25th.
What if Jesus was a leap baby?
I don't think they had Leap. That's another thing. Did they have Leap then? They didn't have Leap then.
That's a great question.
Call us up. Let
If
us know
you are
when Leap
a calendar
started.
expert.
When did Leap start?
When did we start leaping?
If only we had the internet and we could figure it out. But that's too hard.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like the king just declared, extra holiday every once in a while.
why are we being so glib here? We're just being a bunch of chill guys here. I'm in this fucking hoodie and this pink shirt. We're
right.
acting as if we don't have serious shit going on this show. We're gonna
That's
talk
true.
to Jesus on this show.
It's true.
Maybe more than one Jesus.
We are going to talk to Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus, the one, the only, because he's the reason for the season.
Okay, here's a dumb question. Here's another dumb Jew question. So Nazareth
Yeah.
is Jesus of Nazareth. I mean, he's from Nazareth.
Yes.
Is that to differentiate him from another Jesus? Is like a Jesus of somewhere else?
I mean, I think he was. I think at the time there were other people named Jesus, or Yeshua or whatever.
Yeah.
And those, some of them were from Tel Aviv, some of them were from Jaffa, some of them were from
sure.
Ashkelon, all our great biblical cities.
Great. It's great biblical cities. All right, I think we have a caller. I don't know Jesus' phone number. So
well, you will after this.
I
Unless,
guess I
unless
will.
they're asking.
So we have a caller, and I'm let's just pick it up here. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hello.
Hi, this is Dark. Is
Hello,
this?
can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Great caller.
Hi, it's Jesus. How are you, fellas?
Oh, great.
We're doing great.
Is it still Hanukkah? I don't celebrate so much because they kind of have me doing this whole Christmas thing now. But if it's still
You
going on, I
don't.
want
You
to
what do you
have-
mean you don't celebrate Hanukkah? You're Jewish, aren't you?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. I think that's not actually what I'm supposed to be talking about right now, and I could get in a lot of trouble with my boss. So I just wanted to know if I could just get in, talk to you a little bit about the reason for this season.
Oh,
please.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's been hard for me to retain some of my followers, and so my manager advised that I should try to do a collaboration with another influencer.
Well, I mean, who's more? Who's
so
more?
anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
My dad was able to pull some strings, and I am a brand ambassador for Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop and her holiday gift guide. And so I'm here to spread some seasons here and recommend gifts to you. So if you two who are Jewish have Christmas gifts, you are. Oh my God, I didn't think this through.
Well,
okay,
no, this is great. So you're saying Jesus, you are. Working.
I'm great at giving gifts. I can think of you tell me a person and a little bit about them. I'll tell you what gift to give them.
Okay, well, you know what?
can do it.
I have gotten some gifts for my wife. She's pregnant right now. I got her like this big massager gun thing. She's 7 months pregnant, and I feel like I need to get her a couple more Christmas presents.
Yeah. Okay. How about you try some frankincense? Have you heard of this? It's so big. Everybody's trying it. It's an incense. It smells so
I
so
don't
good.
know. So
and,
what?
You can get it.
Yeah. What does it smell like?
Oh well, it's actually a resin. cut from it's a very it can get very strong. And it's usually used for holy ceremonies, but a lot of people, they make that their own these days. They do whatever they want with other people's cultures. I say go nuts. Burn this wherever you feel like it, And we do have it in our shop for $39.95. Give me another one. Spitball. Tell me another person you need a Christmas gift for. And Jesus Christ, I'm going to
I just want to say,
So-
Jesus, you are very upbeat and not how I would really, I guess, picture. Now, we have some other people who claim to be Jesus, who we may be speaking to.
I sold everyone a whole religion.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's true. Sorry, Mike, you were gonna pitch a gift.
To get to the sales demo, gentlemen, I really don't want to get into my personal life too much.
Sure.
So could I have a second gift?
Yeah, well, so my mother-in-law, she's a classy
Peggy.
lady. She likes to cook.
Mm.
She
Yeah, you're gonna want
she's
to
been
get her
inside
some.
for the pandemic. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna want to get her some myrrh. Have you heard of this? It's an anointing oil. You know. I was saying to Gwenny over Kathy's the other day. 2020 was the year of the essential oil. 2021 is going to be the year of the anointing oil. There's going to be a lot of people starting their own religions because they're trying to find some truth and meaning in whatever this is. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have it in our store. You can get 2 ounces, and that's only $59.95. Give me a third one.
Okay. Philo, do you have one? I haven't got my parents anything. They got us a bunch. They got Oscar a bunch of gifts. They got us a
You need to
photo
get them
album.
some
Yeah.
gold. We're gonna go back to the gold standard soon.
Okay.
We don't know how long this economy can last. You really just need to make sure that they start investing in gold. And I think these are just great gifts that you can give. In other days they might have been given to deities and kings, but now Blythe Danner's daughter can just take it if she wants.
Yeah.
I forgot that
And
Gwyneth
I
Paltrow
can-
is Blythe Danner's daughter.
That's the thing.
Yep.
So this is my life now. This is everyone's life now, and I hope I was able to impart a little holiday cheer to you fellas. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank
Well,
you. You
th-
seem very
yeah,
upbeat.
happy birthday.
And I like your energy.
I guess so. Like you just said, nobody even knows when I was actually born. So I'm gonna go probably keep spinning out, and hope that I can get reimbursed for those cappuccinos. Okay, well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Merry my birthday.
Thank you. That's
Wow.
That is our first. That's our first. Jesus, that's right. Our first. There's not gonna be one
Yeah.
person. There might be more than 2. There might be more than 3. We are packed with Jesus today.
Yeah.
This is Dark Matters.
Have you watched any Christmas movies yet this year?
No, and I don't intend to. And unless there's like one where it's like Die Hard's a Christmas movie, whatever. Okay, fine.
No.
If I watch one that
I
happens,
mean like a real.
no. Why would I? Why would I watch a Christmas movie?
I don't know. Some of them they're uplifting. People like watching them this time of year.
Yeah. What? But why would I, a person that doesn't celebrate Christmas, watch a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
Have you
Some of them
watched any Ramadan films?
I cannot name a Ramadan film, unfortunately, or an Eid al-Fitr film,
Yeah.
or unfortunately any non.
You watched any Diwali films? Like why? Like I actually came closer to watching a Diwali film because I've been watching some Satyajit Ray films on the Criterion Channel. All right, well why are we talking about this? We have fucking Jesus cursed. I'm too cool for school. I gotta get cooler. I gotta get less cool for school.
Brother Wags is looking for Dark Matters, and I'll just inform everybody that this is Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters, and we have another caller on the line. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, Dark Matters. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, caller. Now, are you? We've got some folks who believe that they are a second coming of Christ or a reincarnation of Christ. They are Christ. Does this fit? Do you fit that description?
He is I. I recently spoke to you. I sent a late email because I couldn't use telepathy because I have a physical body, so you got to remember that.
Sure.
Yeah, I am him. What would you like to know?
Well, I mean, when is can you fix the pandemic?
Oof. See, if I fixed it firsthand, I don't think people I wouldn't want to say learn their lesson, but will understand what they are doing wrong. So I think it's best if we do it little by little so that we can all grow
Well, what are we
To learn
doing
from our
wrong? Can you at least tell us that so we can fix it? So then you can.
I mean,
so
I
we
can
fix
tell-
the
I
thing
can
we're
tell
doing
you
wrong, So you
that.
can fix the pandemic.
But
Well, we all say this, and even though we say this, we don't even do anything about it. And it's a lot of greed. I will say that. And this is just a mask for what's going on behind the scenes.
okay.
And we can't really say what it is because then how am I supposed to come back? But we need to fix our selfish needs as not just individuals, but base it on community-wise, and we will learn from that. I love talking to my fellow Jews. I heard you're Jewish, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. We're both Jewish.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, I
Sounds
see.
good,
We've
right?
got the Bizarre watch along who destroyed me in checkers a few weeks ago. Welcome back to the chat. So what form? Now, were you born always knowing that you were the reincarnation of Jesus, and is this something you discovered? What form are you currently in right now?
Right now, I'm currently past the discovery and more of, how would you say, the build-up phase. And
I'd call it the
answering
build-up
your
phase,
question, get the build-up phase, self-improvement phase. 'Cause
Got it. What are?
I also
I mean,
am 100% human.
you are. Like my understanding is that you're a flawless, sinless being. So what are you working on for yourself?
Well, I am also 100% God, 100% human. That has to be taken into consideration.
Sure.
Now, improving, I'm more of trying to figure out all these little things that I could do so that humanity can be saved altogether. If we did it one big hurrah, I mean that wouldn't be great, right?
I mean, I don't know. I would be kind of okay with one big hurrah. It would
Yeah.
work pretty okay for me.
You ready to go already?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fix it. But obviously, I'm a
Okay.
mere mortal, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, when the time does come and you're walking in through the gates, you'll see all the Jewish women that you could ever imagine. Unless you don't want to date inside the religion.
Well, okay. Here's actually that leads me to a question. In Hebrew school, I was always told that the Jews are the chosen people, and then I would be like, well, that doesn't make no sense. What if you're like a real asshole Jew and you're a terrible person? And then their response is always like, well, we're the chosen people. It doesn't matter. And I was like, well, that seems unfair. Well, I don't want to be the chosen. We're just the chosen people, and that's the who chose. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Strong agree. Strong agree.
What do you think about that? How am I misinterpreting that, or how do you interpret that?
I interpret it as us being the chosen people because we were the first ones to hold eye back in, if you want exact numbers, probably way before 2 BC. We weren't keeping track back then. If you want Roman numerals, probably 26 BC. But you guys were chosen to have me, but also chosen by God to try and start or not try and start. You guys obviously did start the religion. We did start the religion. And you guys, us, are given lifetime, the word shouldn't be used as benefits, but we understand that God understands that we took kind of an ass beating throughout history.
Sure.
We gotta admit.
Gotta admit that. No
And
question.
so, yeah, and we still stay strong with our faith, even though those ass beatings come at us left and right. And we're just given with lifetime gratitude by God Himself, the Father.
That's great. Listen, just I have a question from the chat. Other Duck says, "Are we vetting these Jesus at all, or should we assume these are all Jesus?" Now, can you give us some proof? Obviously, we're talking to you on the phone, but can you give us some proof that you are in fact the real, historical Jesus of Nazareth, Son of God?
Well, the proof I want to give, Frank, and I believe it's Michael, right?
That's
say that
correct.
right?
Yeah, Frankie.
Okay. Frankie, my apologies. Frankie and Michael. When the time comes, and you will know it, it's going to come at an odd time. But when that singular moment comes, if I am passing by or gaze at you, you'll know who you're looking at. And you'll just feel this tremendous feeling that you just know. And as far as when the time I reveal myself to entire humanity, everyone will know. And that's the only time I can. But I can't give exact times because the second coming, the revelation, there's no time set, no one knows. I don't even know because that's my Father. He just tells me what to do. I come down and I save everyone.
Now, why call in to our show? I'm just looking at the recommended channels here on Twitch. Paul Scheer has a show going right now. It seems very popular. There's a lot of
Can we call into his show?
Maybe. That would actually be a good idea if they have a phone number. Why us? Why grace us with your presence?
Well, I believe the presence is supposed to be given to anyone or those who call my name. And by happenstance, I was able to see you calling my name in probably the most oddest form, or the oddest form possible. And I believe you having this small belief in me that many probably refuse to believe in, that made me welcome. And that's all my religion is really about, is to welcome everyone. And I felt welcomed, even though the slightest chance of you even seeing me or me even seeing the way you were calling me out. Things do happen for a reason. And I believe this is probably the beginning of everyone realizing that I'm here. And what better way to start it is with people that I feel are just like me, you guys.
What about in the Bible, where in the Old Testament it says that men with long hair should be stoned to death? What should I do with that?
Well, me personally, I have long hair right now, and I had it before. I should have been stoned to death. But people see these rules that were originally placed as just rules set in stone, even though they were given technically in stone by Moses, those 10 commandments. But as far as the other rules in the Bible, they think that every single thing has to be taken literally. But in reality, that it shouldn't be. And those were previous rules that don't date to now. So there's this dilemma that people often...
Jesus, if you had to rewrite one passage in the Bible, which one would you get rid of? If you had to to go take the red pen and just, mark it up, what would you change?
The time when the rabbi was asking if I was the Lord, and when I said he is I should have just said, you already know, I'm Air Jesus.
You should say I am he because it's more grammatical.
I am he is I am him. However we rewrite it, I just want it to have been more of a mic drop than how I said it before.
I see.
A mic drop. Yeah, Jesus didn't have enough mic drops. I agree with that.
You want it to be a little bit punchier.
Just a little bit, but I had to stay humble.
Now we have a Gaming with Cayman in the chat saying that they would skateboard with you. Is that something that you're into in this current incarnation, skateboarding?
In my current incarnation, yes, skateboarding is very fun.
You heard it here first, people. Jesus loves skateboarding.
Well, if you have a question for Jesus, call us up 818-650.
650-3275.
That's dark.
818-650-DARK. Jesus, thank you for being on the line with us.
That's our second. This is now our first Jesus worked for Goop.
The Gwyneth Paltrow white woman lifestyle brand, but they claim to be for other women.
Should we do a show where we just buy stuff from Goop and try? It's probably too expensive, but like creams and stuff.
It would be our most expensive show, including the one where we doubled the donations that we got out of and then Cy Clark Chan tripled them, I think, from Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, love it.
Game with Cayman asks a question for Jesus: sativa or indica?
Oof. Preferably,
yeah,
sativa. But I heard the vaccine is coming as an indica.
Man, I mean that means people are going to be really, people are going to be not doing too much after they get that vaccine for a while. But I think everybody could use a little bit of a chill out.
Entropy Lad saying that they would love to see us try the jade eggs on Goop, which I looked up. It's a $66 egg that you're supposed to put in your vagina. I know but I think you can't put it in your butt unless it's flared. So I don't think we should do that. It might get stuck. I'm definitely not going to the emergency room now for that reason. That's one of those they're talking about waiting in the ambulance for 8 hours. This is one of the 8 hours. That's who's waiting. You know when they say people wait for up to 8 hours in an ambulance? That's the people with the stuff stuck in their butt right now. It's not the people with the heart attacks. It's the jade egg butt people.
Where did you read this about 8 hours in an ambulance?
Oh, so it was something. Sorry, it's actually kind of sad news, but in LA the ICUs are full, so they said that a lot of people, when they arrive at the hospital, there's nowhere for them to go, so they just wait in the ambulance. And I think I read somebody said waiting in the ambulance up to 8 hours. So I hope that's somebody with an egg in their butt is all I'm saying. I hope that we're not at the point where it's somebody with a serious condition. Hunty saying he had to wait 3 hours. So... oh boy. Love this sweet. Luckily, thanks to Rich Devletyan, we cannot have dead air because we have this awesome music. Caller, you might not be able to hear the music, but there's well, you're Jesus, so you can probably hear that. Okay, other duck asking Jesus, your favorite apostle is a question.
Dang. I would say Peter. Peter is probably... I love them all, but if I had to choose someone to be my best man, even though I can't get married, I'd pick Peter.
Why can't you get married?
Well, eventually I'm going to have to give myself up again when I fight Lucifer.
Is that true? Do you sacrifice yourself, jumping into Mount Doom to save humanity in the end times?
Well, what greater gift is my own life?
But you already did that once. I mean, isn't it a little bit boring if you do it again?
I'll step in and say that wouldn't be boring. I'd be pretty interested in see Jesus versus Lucifer battle. Maybe it's not the best plot twist, but I think
no one likes the sequel, but I have to do it again. But I heard Hellboy might be there too, so it's going to be a tough fight.
Well, that's interesting. That Hellboy, if a character from comic books, would be there.
I mean, listen, more truth than fiction.
Now, I will say, we did have two other Jesuses who were supposed to be calling in.
That's okay. I understand.
But they haven't called, so we love having you on here. I'm glad that we have the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm glad
That-
too.
Yeah,
just
that
felt
other
like
Jesus,
you guys
you
are
know, that other Jesus, it's so, it just seems so unlikely. But if they wanna come back on and proclaim their veracity, as the real Jesus, we'd love to hear from.
Oh well, we've got
Uh-huh.
well this Jesus stand line. We've got another call, and we'll keep you on here. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. This is Jesus H. Christ. How you doing?
Oh, all right.
Wow, welcome to Dark Matters, Jesus H. Christ. Now I guess we'll call you H to distinguish you from the other Jesus who's already on the line. Just use that H.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Uh,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
Hey, that's
doing.
a trick question. I already know what you're doing.
So you are telepathic.
Yeah?
Because the other Jesus on the phone says he does not have telepathic powers.
Oh, well, he's not the real Jesus. I'm always with you.
All right. Well, I hate to,
You
but Mike,
think in,
Mike, your microphone is crackling. You might want to try to unplug the cord,
okay.
the cable, and plug it back in.
right.
This
is that Michael Bilo's microphone?
That's right.
It is Michael Bilo, yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty crackly.
Yeah.
The crackly mic.
How do we fix that? Now you're coming in hot. This H, I guess we'll call you H, coming in hot, accusing the other Jesus of not being Jesus. What is the basis of your claim, or how do we know that you're the real deal?
Well, I can't vouch for this. I don't know this other Jesus. All you had to do is just trust me, like you have to. It's a simple question. You have faith or you don't have faith. So if you don't want to believe, that's fine. But I'm telling you that I'm really Jesus H. Christ, and the other one's a liar, the phony.
So you just think he's making everything up, because he seemed to make the Jesus we were talking to earlier seemed to be making some good points. Seemed to have some of Jesus's fire. Wanted to be able to do a good mic drop on the Judean high priests. That seemed like a fair. That sounds to me like the Jesus I know from the Christian Bible.
That's the problem. That's the Jesus you know from the Bible. They're not actually teaching you the real Jesus. Let me tell you something. A lot of the books have wrong information. Okay, and especially the science books you have right now. Okay, first of all, dinosaurs existed in my time. Okay, the dinosaurs existed alongside the humans. This is real.
You're saying
some
dinosaurs
of the Christians get that?
Existed 2,000 years ago?
Yeah. A few of them. Just a few of them.
Well, how come they're not
like
in Roman sources from the same time period?
How come?
Yeah.
They're just morons. A bunch of knuckleheads.
You heard it here first on Dark Matters. The Romans, bunch of knuckleheads.
Bunch of knuckleheads. Those Romans. You know what? I tend to agree. Now we have another call here. I think this might be our original Jesus. So it says call earlier today.
The original.
I'm sorry
that
as the first one from our show.
Yeah.
Dark Matters.
We'll call this one.
Okay.
It's me, real Dark Jesus.
Dark Matters.
It's Robot Jesus. Did you not hear?
Oh, I didn't hear that. No. It's Robot Jesus. All three Gzi are you are on the phone with us today. Feel free to speak.
Yes.
Unless we've lost you. I don't believe we have.
No, I'm here. I'm still, I told you, I'm always with you.
What does that mean? You said that a couple of times, Jesus H. Christ. What does it mean that you're always with me?
That means I'm literally all around you at all times. I'm omnipresent. I'm just there. I can vanish and then reappear, and I'm like Santa Claus, but the original.
I come to rock and show you to the mainframe.
Ooh, I heard something about a mainframe.
I didn't hear
robot
that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't catch that,
Alright.
Robot Jesus.
Mainframe.
Just for those of you just tuning in, we have Jesus,
3 Jesus.
we have Jesus, and then we have Robot Jesus all on the line with us here. And this is Dark Matters. You can call us too, 818-650-3275.
And even if you're not Jesus,
That's
you're welcome on our. I
I
am so
just
sorry.
want to apologize.
The floating apocalypse.
Wow.
Wow.
All is forgiven.
I just want to apologize that I wasn't the first caller because I was eating a big burrito. So, but you got the real Jesus H. Christ. So, I'm still here.
All right, we've got.
Where did
you
you
know
get
what?
your
Well,
burrito?
we've got a caller here. We've got another caller here. This may be another Jesus. Let's see if we can break the Jesus record. Dark Matters.
Oh, God. Why continue at the end program?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah. Hi. You're on Dark Matters.
Oh, yeah, this is Jesus. I got a message from my agent over at CAA that you guys were looking for you guys are representing the Bulls, looking for a pick in the draft.
That is correct. Oh my God.
Wow, that's right. Yeah, we work with.
They've sucked for so many
Yeah.
years.
Looking for a draft pick.
Oh, sorry. You guys, I am calling back. I know it's late, but for some reason the receptionist told me it's better to get you guys after 10 p.m. I don't know.
No, that's the
that
perfect
is-
This
time.
is a bad time
That's-
for normal people, And just because I'm Jesus doesn't mean I
Floating
don't sleep.
apocalypse.
I'm exhausted.
Brother Wags asking
I
what the
think
fudge is
Robot-
happening.
The floating apocalypse.
we have Jesus.
Can't-
Sorry, Mike, you go ahead.
Yeah, we have a robot Jesus. Seems to be proclaiming the apocalypse. We're now on the.
The only apocalypse is coming to the Knicks. This
All right,
season.
that was cruel. I
Take me
didn't.
for a 3-year deal at $18 million a year.
Who's signing it? I need to know who's signing it. This is very important to me and probably me alone. But who is signing a 3-year
Yeah.
deal for $18 million a year?
Why to continue or end to end?
If you take Jesus on your team
Yeah.
for 3 years, $18 million, I can literally fly. Literally. I could
Yeah.
part the players like water right in front of me, walk towards the basket, float up into the air, and place the ball gently between the rim and through the net. 24 points a game, guaranteed. Every game.
24 points
I'm
is
just-
not
I'm just-
that. I mean, that's good, but that's like
No, that's a good score.
But that's that's like top 15, but that's not like best in the league. You think Jesus could?
Yeah.
Jesus, I think would.
But Jesus
As a
isn't
rookie,
asking
that's
for.
pretty
All
good.
right, that's fair.
At $18 million a year, Jesus is not signing the Supermax.
Yeah, Jesus is taking a pay cut.
I also rebound incredibly well because instead of the ball landing on the ground, I would actually capture it in midair. It would still be floating. I would be floating, holding the ball. The only thing I don't do is steal. I'm not going to steal a single ball from a single player.
All right, so just to recap for those of you just tuning in, we have four Jesuses on the line, and this making things a little complicated. But we have 4 people all on the line at the same time. We have a sporty a CAA agent Jesus. We have a Robo Jesus. We have Jesus H. Christ and Jesus Christ. So we have them all on the line with us right now.
That's. And of course, we're taking your questions in the chat on Twitch, but also feel free to give us a call at 818-650-DARK because this is Dark Matters.
The apocalypse is 33% complete.
Apocalypse is 33% complete. That is fucking terrifying.
Jesus H. Christ, what are you saying about Robot Jesus claiming that the apocalypse is 33% complete? What's your take on that? Is that
No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. He's blowing your horn. He's just
Why to
out of his-
continue or end to end?
He's just crazy.
Why to continue or end to end?
All right, we've got some. Let's do a lightning round. We've got a question from Other Duck in the chat. If you could just each of you just say who is the worst pope? Original first. Jesus that we talked to the longest. Who is the worst pope?
Ooh, you. Well, I'm gonna say, wow, you're telling me to bring down my people. Okay, well, I'm gonna say Pope Stephen, possibly back in 800.
Pope Stephen. Okay, thank you. And Jesus H. Christ, worst pope?
Well, is that the Benedict one? Benedict the 16th. The one is the creepy one that's still alive, just somewhere. That one.
He retired from being pope. He was a member of the Hitler Youth as a kid.
Yeah, I kicked him out of there. I kicked him out. I gave him the boot.
Whoa.
That was me. I talked to him. We had a one-on-one one night, and I said, "Listen, pal, you gotta go.
Why do you call him
You gotta
Al?
go, or else." I said, "Pal," but he's not really.
Oh,
my
pal. All right.
You know, that people say that to kind of condescend. That's not my style normally. But this was a case where it was the only way. And sure enough, you know, I could have given him a heart attack or something. Yeah, I don't know why I sacrificed him.
Fair.
I guess I just don't kill. That's my thing. But
Robo Jesus, worst pope.
The one who actually ran a brothel out of the Vatican. It's true. Look it up.
That is true. It's called the pornocracy, which means rule by prostitutes.
Wait, what?
In the 13th century there was literally a brothel in the Vatican.
What century was that? Sorry, I'm just dialing in my time machine. Sports Jesus, for lack of a better term. Worst pope.
Yeah, they're all terrible. All the Italians can't play basketball at all. I don't know who you think is good from Italy, but they don't play pope, they don't play center, they don't play point guard, they don't shoot three.
I mean, Gallinari's
They
pretty
definitely
good.
ain't
Gallinari, yeah, for sure.
None of them can float above the rim exactly 18 inches, high enough to be above any hand that could possibly block the ball. I would score, by the way, I just wanted to clarify, I could score more than 24 points a game if it didn't take me so long to float from one end of the court to the other. Also, nobody fouls me, you know, so I never get that and one.
Fair.
I mean, airtight logic from Sports Jesus.
Wonder if this is our record for most.
Hello, darlings.
Oh, hello? We have another. Is there another?
Hi, yes, it's me first, Jesus, the influencer.
Oh,
Jesus.
yes.
Oh, influencer Jesus. Welcome back to
We
the
have
show.
5 Jesuses on the
Hi,
line
honeys.
now.
Hi, honeys. Yeah, hi. I just had to come back real fast and let you know, Ms. Paltrow and her lawyers might be contacting you. You cannot say that she explicitly has told any woman, any person with a vagina that they should put it in, that jade egg inside of that. That is actually not something that she is legally allowed to say anymore because she actually had a lot of lawsuits. So, thank you for that. And
Was
Well,
there,
hold
like,
on.
an issue? Did
Hold
someone-
on, though, caller. I'm on the Goop website right now, and you may want to know this. Says step 2, gently.
details of this. She really doesn't want. She wants this to be talked about less. Is the thing. So if we should avoid elaborating at all on the things that she's actually advised and been told not to by a court of law.
Okay, I'm just thinking she may want to change the
I really
website
do
here
stop.
because
You
it says
understand?
gently insert the egg into your vagina like you would a tampon.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you know what?
I'm just.
I need to go talk to the fucking intern because he was supposed to change. He was supposed to change the website. All right. Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To
Have
you
a
especially.
Xanax.
Wow.
Influencer
so
Jesus.
influencer, we've gotten 5, and maybe we should take a vote. Who's real and who's
Who do you want? I don't think. Listen, who is real is a tough question, but who do you want to be real? You know, put your votes in the chat of who you want saving your soul.
Yeah.
Influencer Jesus, Robo Jesus, Jesus H Christ.
Sports-
Let's just say average
And
Jesus
sports Jesus.
and sports Jesus. Because we're at 10:45. I mean, this is this show.
Rapid.
This show is
It's a quick,
rapidly
this is a
coming to a
quick
close.
show. This is like this is they want to build a bullet train in California. This is the bullet show.
It is.
It goes
man.
by it goes by so fast. Do you think it's just because the show is older now? You know how you get older, time flies faster. You think?
I think. I mean, I feel like the amount of setup, like when we used to do the show live, like the evening would start at like 7:00 in the theater, and then we wouldn't be done until like 1 in the morning. So it'd be like at the earliest, like 6 hour thing.
Yeah, not anymore. Now we're just.
Brother Weg says, "Bye, Lord Jesus." Much respect to Brother Wegs. Also, I forgot there was a comment earlier in the chat that I really want to bring
Please.
back because it was from the Bizarre watch along saying, "Bitch on the right owes me a rematch in checkers."
He changed it to
which I
bitch
have
on the
to
left.
correct.
He
Is
realized his error and changed it to
did
bitch
he?
on the left. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't see him active in the chat right now. I don't know if he's still with us, but I would take you up on that.
All right.
Uh,
That's too bad. Maybe for after the matters.
Now that I agree, Jay Pill saying Sports Jesus should replace Max Kellerman and go head to head with Stephen A. Smith. Now that's something I would love to do that segment. Stephen A. versus Sports Jesus.
God.
I'm sorry I talked over one of you, and I apologize for that.
Maybe just some background noise.
Could have been.
Nobody's jumping in.
We've lost
Let's see.
one of our Gizai has hung up here.
That's too bad. Deb Jones talking shop in the chat says that this is as intense as this is like Breaking Bad intense, which I agree. This is gonna save our soul. Sorry.
This is very. I feel very. Actually, I was gonna lie. I feel very relaxed right now. I'm not anxious at all. I feel quite good. Jesus, my refrigerator broke today. This goes to both Jesuses we have on the line here. I actually need a miracle because I do not want some appliance gorilla coming into my house to cough COVID
you're
into my
fucked.
kitchen. My refrigerator is not cooling currently. The fan is not blowing, and I just want to request a miracle or any repair tips that you might have, so that I don't have to spend $1,000 on a new refrigerator or what much more than that.
Have you blessed it?
Have I blasted it?
Have you blessed the fridge? Have you
blessed.
the
Have I
fridge?
blessed it? I have not blessed the fridge. That's what would that entail?
You bless it with holy water. You get some holy water and say a prayer and, douse it with the water.
Okay.
My refrigerator broke right when I moved into my new place, and what the cause was, the so much ice had built up in the freezer that it blocked air from coming out. So even though it knew it was cold, it like could not blow.
Oh, I
cold
think
air
that's
into
what's happening with
into
mine.
the fridge.
Because there's like ice all
So
over
if
the
you-
freezer.
So all you need to do is just like knock the ice, like basically take like an ice chipper or
Yeah.
whatever and knock that ice out.
I have to pull the fridge out. Is it like in the
and-
back or something?
It was in the back of mine, yeah.
I bet that's what's wrong. Oh my God! What if Bilo Jesus fixed my fridge? Sports Jesus, Brother Wags asking Sports Jesus to answer that. Sports Jesus has departed the call, so we're down to two Jesuses. Deb Jones saying, "I do think Jesus is real, but don't think he was on the show tonight." Callers, how do you feel about that? Some people skeptical that you guys are authentic.
Well, it's all right. Once they believe and know, they will understand that they were wrong. But regardless of what they think now, it's okay. I forgive them. I just hope that my word spreads across later in their life.
Yeah, I do have to agree with this other Jesus, even though he's fake, that we can forgive. We can always forgive. We open our hearts to anyone who wants to come to Christ.
And this comes back to Christmas movies because they're really about forgiveness, you know. And I think if you want a little bit of that, I feel like I watched Happiest Season.
Oh, you're the reason that's number 2 on Netflix or whatever. I was like, who the fuck is watching this?
That's correct. My wife wanted to watch Happiest Season. I watched it with her. I thought it was decent.
Is that the one that Mary Holland wrote?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mary
I do
Holland,
have some interest in
co-wrote
watching
it,
that.
She's
good.
Yeah, she's got a good part in it too. But our GZI are asking us for forgiveness. No, like what movie are there any movies that you watch just for the emotion that it evokes in you rather than like for an aesthetic purpose? Or I don't know, like just as a piece of like you watch it because it makes you feel a certain way rather than like it's a good piece of art.
Yes.
Oh,
I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you know.
I mean it's a funny movie.
It warms my heart. He gets his bike back in the end. Goes on a crazy trip. It's literally a big adventure.
That is a great fun film. Sorry, got weird things happening in my throat. Dark Matters. We've got another caller on the line.
This is Dark Matters.
Yeah, this is Sports Jesus coming back at you.
All right.
Hey,
Just making
Sports
sure
Jesus.
you guys didn't forget who was the real deal.
And you are the real deal.
That's right. I'm the real deal.
And what does that make these other Jesuses on the phone?
It makes them 12 points a game, 2 rebounds, and stealing every day.
Sort of a Lou Williams stat
Lou
line.
Williams scores more than 12 points a game.
A very average man. That's all I'm saying. 5'10".
So an Isaiah Thomas after the hip surgery stat line.
Yeah, that's right. We've got another call. Dark Matters. I just keep loading up the phones tonight.
J Bill says long-time Messiah, first-time caller. It's
Dark
fantastic.
Matters.
Hey, sorry, it's Robot Jesus. You asked that weird question about the Pope and then I forgot. Do you want me to do the apocalypse now or not?
Let's throw it to the chat. Do you guys want Robot Jesus to initiate the apocalypse?
Deb Jones says no in capital letters.
Deb Jones is a strong no, and for the sake of Deb Jones, I suppose
Keith
no
saying
apocalypse.
no. A lot of no's here. Nobody's saying yes. Just for you, if you're just tuning in.
I don't mind coming back. It's okay.
I'm sorry, I talked over you, Robot Jesus.
No, it is fine. I will come back soon. Love you.
Got it.
Just for those of you just tuning in,
fine.
we have 4 people who claim to be Jesus
Jesuses.
Christ on the line here. We have got
Yes.
Jesus H. Christ. We've got what we're calling OJ, Original Jesus. We've got Sports Jesus. And I believe we may have just lost Robot Jesus. Oh, we just lost Robot Jesus and Sports Jesus. So,
well, we know they'll be coming back. Maybe not tonight, but certainly sometime in the future.
It's 10:54. We've been just bombarded with Jesus.
It's true. Only Jesus and only Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. Jesuses.
I remember learning about writing possessives, and Jesus is the only one that you don't put the Jesus and Moses are the only ones that are proper names that end in S, and you don't add apostrophe S. It's just Jesus apostrophe, and that's the possessive for Jesus. Jesus, how do you feel about that Moses shares the same distinction?
Well, actually, there are different schools of grammar on that. There's actually oof.
Oof.
I'm trying to remember, but the rule is if it adds a syllable. The rule I was taught, if it adds a syllable, you can add the S. If it doesn't, you can leave it. You can add the S or not add the S.
Right. This is Grammar Matters.
More proper for Jesus.
This is Grammar Matters.
I will agree with them on that. You can add an S at the end if you would like to, but it's unneeded.
I strongly disagree. And Deb Jones in the chat seems to agree with me against Jesus. Can you believe that Deb Jones is going against
I
Jesus?
would never think that. So it's 2-2. 2-2. We've got to get a tiebreaker there. God, I'm so hungry. I'm only eating fruits and vegetables and beans.
Big mistake.
And
Big mistake.
I feel great, but I feel great. I look better, but I have no energy.
Why don't you eat some big stewed meats?
I'm not eating meat.
Like a gelatinous meat. I guess
I've been
you're
vegan
vegan
for 8 months now.
What about a big gelatinous? I don't know.
Why would I eat anything gelatinous, whether I was eating meat or not?
Because
I don't want anything gelatinous.
Stuff that is gelatinous gives you a sense. It makes you feel full. Having
Eatable
I don't
rice.
know.
I'm just telling you, the next time that we do this show live, I'm gonna look like Christian Bale in The Mechanic. That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna look so fucking good, and everybody's gonna be like, I want to look so good that everybody is afraid for my safety.
Doesn't recognize you.
Brother Wax asking, what comfort food do I want right now? I want a big Chicago deep dish pizza. I've been thinking about it for about 4 days now.
Baby, delicious.
Oh, The Machinist. What did I say? The Mechanic. That was the wrong.
You said
The Mechanic. That's a different movie. He actually got really fat for that movie. Christian Bale famous for losing weight and putting on weight. So The Mechanic is just a film where Christian Bale. He weighed 350 pounds. You should see the stretch marks on this guy. His skin is basically Stretch Armstrong's arms. It's just basically his skin all over his entire body. Or The Mechanic, he plays once a man who used to be the greatest auto mechanic in the country, but one time he fucked up fixing a car, and then the person crashed and died, and he was he lost his mechanic business.
Is it a Christmas movie?
What?
Is it a Christmas movie?
It takes place during the holidays, so a lot of people say it's a Christmas movie. But, to say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and it's okay, fine.
There is another Christmas movie that it is a real Christmas movie. But it's called Tokyo Godfathers by Satoshi Kon, who did Paprika, and Perfect Blue are sort of his more well-known films. But Tokyo Godfathers, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor.
I really like, and this is controversial, I really like Tokyo Godfathers Part 3. I know a lot of people don't like Part 3.
Nobody likes Tokyo Godfathers Part 3. Satoshi Kon, he died in 2006. So
Everyone.
it was and I think Tokyo Godfathers came out in like 04.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's animated. I haven't seen it. That's true for anything. You could if you draw. I can't see things that are drawn. That's one of my disabilities.
Why
I don't know. It's my brain can't see things that are drawn. It has to be photo real.
What about like soap opera effect? Does that like really freak you out, or
That just freaks me out because I'm a snob, but not for any other reason.
Okay.
Wow, it's 11. I can't believe I wasted 5 minutes complaining about how hungry I am, and then we talked about I got a Christian Bale movie wrong, and then we talked about a fucking animated some anime.
the matters are the ones that show up. They are not always the Son of God. If he wanted us to talk about something, he would make us talk about something.
I guess that's true. Do you think that? And this is a serious question. Do you think that basically like we have no free will and we're just like watching the movie of our lives and we have like an illusion of conscious will, but really we have no control over it and we're just like riding the wave? Because I kind of feel like that might be true.
I think it's like true in a very general sense, but not really like if you replayed the movie of your life, you would say like, of course, like these are the choices that you would make, but I don't think you have any way of knowing them. So I don't think that like that negates the existence of
I
free
have
will.
I have this sense that like for instance, like Oscar, my son, he has to exist. So that like my whole purpose up until now, or up until he was born, like everything that happened was just like it was on autopilot and I couldn't control it because like he already was like created. Did you know I read this book called The Illusion of Conscious Will?
I've never heard of it.
It's an academic tome, but did you know you can like if you like you can measure somebody's brain impulses, and you put like something on the table in front of them, and you're like okay, pick up this object on the table, but before you're gonna pick it up, think about picking it up for like 5 seconds before you actually pick it up. And like if you hook somebody's brain up to a machine, you can like, God, I'm being so inarticulate about this because I'm so hungry and I just want to eat a big pizza. But you can detect before the person is even consciously aware that they're going to pick up the item, you already know. Yeah. Like before, this is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. So like you can hook up an electrode to somebody's arm muscle, or the part of their brain that controls the arm muscle, and then you give them like a lever, and it's like hidden under the table or whatever, you can't see it, and they're like, all right, before you're when you decide that you're going to pick up the object on the table, press the button right before you pick up the object on the table, and they can detect the impulse in the arm before the person even presses the button. So it's like they know that the person is going to pick up the object before the person is consciously aware that they made the choice to pick it up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it could be that you experience consciousness backwards.
I mean, I think that's something like, do you, like when you edit, or like when I like play piano more frequently, I'd feel like I know it in my fingers rather than like
play
in my
piano?
head. Like if yeah, for
I've never seen you play piano.
know,
Why have we
long
never
time.
had you play piano on this show?
Because I don't have one. I haven't had one since I moved
Do you know
to
you
LA.
can get a piano? People just give pianos away because they're such a pain in the ass to move, and you have to spend so much money. You have to spend so much money to tune it that like people literally just give them away for free. There's no reason for you to not have a piano. And I know a good piano tuner guy. We're getting you a piano for Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle.
All right. This is piano.
What were you
matters.
talking about?
Oh, just like when
you're playing
you play
piano,
the
which
piano.
apparently you play.
It feels like you know it in your fingers rather than like in your
Oh,
head.
sure.
Like even though if you cut off one of my fingers, I would still be able to play. And if you cut off my head, I probably wouldn't.
Well, that's muscle memory, though.
it
Isn't
definitely-
that just muscle memory?
Is it, or I don't know. It seems like a similar form of consciousness to the one that you're talking about, where you are knowing that you are going to pick up an object from a table.
Yeah, but what if it's back? What if it's backwards? You know what I mean? It's like your unconscious has already decided what to do, and your thought, "I'm gonna do this thing," is a consequence of that decision that you didn't make, but it seems to you like it's the reason, but it's actually it seems like the cause, but
Is
it's
it-
actually the effect.
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
It seems like a
That's
more
pretty
reasonable
trippy, though,
theory
isn't
that
it?
They failed to. It seems to be a way more reasonable theory that they failed to measure the signal. That they measured some signal of the muscle contraction or something like
Okay,
that.
now I will say I read about this further, and that this book has been thoroughly debunked by other people, and then the guy who wrote it died and wasn't able to defend his research. But I'm going to ignore that and just say that I found it very interesting on a philosophical level. Just like what if what if it's backwards is what I'm saying.
In the chat has that ding dingus in the chat has a good point, which I'll just read out, which is that if there's no free will, the lack of control should be a burden off your shoulders. You can relax and know that whatever choices you make in this life were the ones that you were meant to make all along, or you have agency, and that is also cool.
See, I agree with that. This is dark. This is some dark matters. Oh,
This
Jesus,
is- yeah,
we've
this
got
is the-
two Jesuses on the phone here. What do you guys think about that? And also, I'm hungry.
I agree. Well, I don't actually. I'm also sleepy, like you, Frankie. So I don't know what you were talking about.
Fair enough. Well, that's how we know that Jesus H Christ is the real.
Jesus, can I ask you for a minor miracle? Can you make Frankie not hungry?
That would be great.
Because Frankie is, he's trying to lose weight.
After this, if you want to grab a bite after this, that'll cure your hunger.
That's good.
Want to grab a cheeseburger?
Oh,
Sure. I thought you were supposed to be like the Messiah and not the fucking monkey spa.
Monkey.
it's a bit offensive there.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you,
Bye.
Jesus.
Hope I didn't
Jesus
offend
H Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Do we still have
Right. original
OJ
Jesus.
on the line here?
I'm still here.
Any final thoughts for those of you just tuning in? This is we've had many Christs on the line, and this Christ has been with us for 54 minutes. It says in my phone system. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts about the entirety of the show? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, give us some notes on the show.
Yeah, actually, that would be really helpful for us. Would just be like things you think we could improve. Things you like, things you didn't like, that kind of thing.
Well, I enjoyed your guys' company and conversation. Whatever you guys talk about and brings you enjoyment, I believe you guys should still keep doing, like this, for example. Normal conversation that leads to other things. I find that amazing, and I'm proud of you guys for going as far as you guys have been.
Well,
I'm going to say, as far as improvement, I think you guys are on the right track and doing well as far as right now. And I believe I'm going to see you guys later in the future doing way, way better than you would have ever thought.
wow.
Wow.
That's really
That is good. I just assumed he meant we were gonna die and therefore we should repent.
No.
But no, he
That
says
was
we're
really
gonna do well.
nice.
So great.
All right. Well, thank you, OJ, for lack of a better term, and I hope we do see you in the future. Thank you. Wow. Well, that was nice. I'm gonna let's end.
Wow,
that was
what
just a nice note
what
to
a-
end that portion of the show on.
Yeah. We usually don't get to wrap the show up in a nice bow
No.
like that. Usually, we forgot to ask Jesus if they had something to plug. Usually that's that's our way of saying goodbye to
What
our
would they
guests.
play?
But I think influencer Jesus did all of the plugging. No pun intended.
Yeah, plugging, not
that
pegging.
was required.
All right, well, I'm flipping a logo. This is After the Matters now. This is the official Dark Matters after show, brought to you by we don't have a sponsor.
But if you'd like to sponsor After the Matters, we
Give us a
can
call.
work something
Oh my
out.
God, we should just do you think we should just start doing ad reads on spec?
We used to this is some After the Matter stuff when we did some of our pre-recorded and never and still to date
Should we
released.
play the 9/11 9/12 tape tonight?
Yes, let's play the 9/11 9/12 tape. Yes.
I gotta see how long it is.
Oh my God. I'm very excited.
Oh, that dang dingus has a great idea.
All right.
That we will read anything that people
So,
pay for on air. That's a great idea. That's what we need to do.
Am I on?
You are on. Hunter,
You're
of course.
on,
It's
Hunter.
After the Matters.
Sorry. Welcome to After the Matters.
I'm trying to find this.
Because I really wanted to be like, hey, it was BC, and now it's AD. Anno Dohunting.
Okay. All right. I know. I'll go with it. Oh my God.
It's like that's what it is. Anno Domini, right? That's the.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's funny.
But Domini is like one word.
Yeah, but that was the only place I could fit it.
It's good work, Hunter. It is exceptional work. Very, very Hunter-esque.
So people are asking in the chat, what is the 9/11 9/12 call? Maybe we'll just play this. So we did a pre-recorded show. We had a that we've never aired. We'll probably put it in our podcast feed here. Wait, gotta find it. Where is it? Okay, here it is. I'm just trying to see how long. I'm trying to see how long it is. It's 11 minutes. We had James Fetzer. If you want to Google him, he's a Sandy Hook truther and a 9/11 truther. We had him on.
Wait, hold on. You said it was 9-11 minutes long?
You said it was
11 minutes long. We had him on, and then we also had on at the same time a 9/12 truther. Somebody who said that 9/11 is real, but it actually happened on September 12th, and that was a conspiracy. And so we have them at the same time. And here we go. Oh, no. I'm trying to add this here. Let's just play it. Hunter, how are you doing?
Yeah, before we get into that.
You know what? I actually I wanted to taunt you with the food I ate today.
Please, go ahead.
What
Why
food
not?
did you eat?
Taunt away.
So I got Denny's yesterday.
Oh.
And
Mr.
so
Fetzer, welcome to the show.
yesterday I ate chicken fingers with fries because fries don't reheat well. And then I got the Grand Sandwich, which is great but doesn't reheat well. And then for today, what I did was I got 2 sides of fruit cups, and that made one big ass bowl of fruit that you could eat on your diet, but that you can't eat right now. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. God, I want a big deep dish.
I told you
I want a big deep dish pizza with cheese, with just so much cheese and tomato that I'm just gonna have to lay down for like 9 hours after I eat it. I feel great for the 15 minutes I'm eating it, and then awful for 3 days. That's what I want more than anything. But
What is your favorite Chicago style pizza?
Well, I've never been to Chicago. I mean, I've heard that Gino's East opened up here, which I haven't tried. I'm a simple bitch. I like Masa of Echo Park, but I also like.
I think Masa is very good Chicago style
There's
pizza.
one near me.
As good. As
I'm
anything
sorry.
in
I'm
Chicago.
being a
Sorry.
talkie ovary. There's one near me called Doughbox here in El Sereno. That's pretty good. And there's Blackbird. We've eaten there in WeHo. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like Masa the best, I think.
Philo, can I ask you a question as a Chicago?
Sure. The Chicago win.
So Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So growing up, there was like this whole area where I grew up that I would walk past to go to the mall, and eventually they developed it into a Pizzeria Uno. And then it was there for like a year and a half, and then it got shut down immediately. And now, like 10 years after I moved away, it's a Sonic. So what I want to ask is, which should be cooler that I have on the walk path from my old house to my old mall? A Sonic or a Pizzeria Uno?
I would say a Pizzeria Uno, because one time I went to a Model UN conference in high school, and we went to a Pizzeria Uno, like 12 high school kids sitting at a table and being very annoying. We were pretty annoying, but there were like other tables that were more annoying, and the waitress who was serving us was like leaves the table next to us, or I guess they get up, and she yells, "After this, I'm getting so drunk," in the middle of like a bunch of high schoolers. I hope she's doing well. That was at a Pizzeria Uno.
All right,
Boston,
wait.
so,
I want to play this. We gotta.
There's more expression of.
We gotta play that. We tease this tape. This is
Yep.
Now there's gonna be. I just want to give you a warning here. This is recorded in a different time. This was a few years ago. We recorded this audio with James Fetzer, who is a conspiracy theorist, shithead who thinks that Sandy Hook is fake, and one of those people that thinks that the children there are actors. But this was during a time when school shootings were a thing and were a hot topic, which is not fun to listen to. But you gotta stick around a few minutes when the 9/12 conspiracy theorist comes on, and it gets really good. And we're gonna listen along with you. And Michael and Hutch, you're gonna have to listen on the Twitch because I don't think this audio is gonna come through. But here it is.
Real quick. Does the free will have anything to do with the high five and looking at elbows?
I didn't catch that.
Okay, you were talking about it earlier, but like part of it is like you can't high five someone unless you're looking at the other person's elbow, not their hand. To say like you have trouble hitting the keys on a piano, or like walking upstairs if you're looking at the steps.
Sure. Well, I think, or my point was just like you've both already decided to high five before you even raise your arms. Before you even realize that you guys are on a high five, it already happened. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I
know what you're saying.
I've been thinking about the high five lately.
All right, I'm gonna play this audio. Here it is. This is what we call this. It's not a B-side. It doesn't play as it's bad. This is an unreleased episode.
Yes.
It's about 11 minutes long. This is a 9/11 conspiracy theorist / Sandy Hook conspiracy theorist, and he will eventually get confronted with a 9/12 conspiracy theorist. And I'm gonna just play this right now.
Mr. Fetzer, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for the invite.
I guess I'll just start right into it. Like, what do I have to be worried about? Like, what aren't they telling me that's happened in the recent news that you've sort of discovered?
Well, we have an ongoing effort to deprive us of our rights under the Second Amendment with these state shootings. It all began in 2012 with Sandy Hook, and we've been exposed to a series of shooting events that were staged, including the Parkland event, the Santa Fe event, San Bernardino. We have the Craigslist ad for San Bernardino for good pay, transportation, food, some speaking roles. There were many individuals in San Bernardino who were wandering around aimlessly as though they had no idea what they were doing, precisely because they had no idea what they were doing. At Parkland, it was very elaborate. They actually sent the kids home at 1 o'clock because it was a holiday, St. Valentine's Day. and then only kept a few dozen to participate as crisis actors. They used simulated ammunition made out of beeswax and laundry detergent to fire some shots, which is why you had the miraculous recovery of students who claimed to have been shot in the leg, for example, or in the arm, or even in the torso, and yet were walking around just fine with bandages over their wounds, which would have been preposterous had these actually been AR-15.
So who's the puppet master here?
Well, Sandy Hook was the Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Eric Holder, Daniel Malloy, Newtown School Board. With regard to Sandy Hook, my book, Nobody Died at Sandy Hook, was initially published on the 22nd of October, 2015, with 13 contributors, including 6 current or retired PhD professors, where we demonstrate that the school was closed by 2008, that there were no students there, and that it was done to promote gun control. Now, the book was so explosive, it had sold nearly 500 copies in less than a month when it was banned by Amazon.com on the 19th of November. I think they were worried it was just going to blow the whole case open. And I suppose we didn't go to the moon either, which the series editor, Mike Palachuk, had suggested as an appropriate title for the sequel to Nobody Died at Sandy Hook. One might well say, I suppose we didn't go to the moon either, except, of course, we didn't go to the moon either. Well, they banned that book, too, not because of the 4 chapters on the moon landing, but because of 4 chapters on the end of World War II, where I have world-class experts disputing the official story of the Holocaust. The ADL asked Amazon.com in 2017 if they would ban books that contest the official narrative, which Amazon obligingly did. In the case of Parkland, of course, it's Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Dina Katz, Scott Israel. These are DNC campaign stunts. The shooting at Parkland, nobody died there. Get this. They were so eager, to promote the march and all that on the basis of the phony story of the shooting, they forgot to put up the obituaries for the 17 victims. So long after the shooting, I published a blog about how there were no obituaries up for them yet. And 3 hours later, all of a sudden, they mysteriously appeared, only they appeared on a website where you can post anything. No one verifies it. Not on a legitimate website that maintains obituary records in an authenticated way. And in fact, to this day, as you and I are speaking now, they have yet to produce the authentic obituaries for the obvious reason that nobody died at Parkland either.
So let's talk about 9/11.
I mean, these are small potatoes in comparison to the big potato of 9/11, which got us into years of war in the Middle East. What happened?
Well, I'm the founder of Scholars for 9/11 Truth in 2015, which brought together experts from all over the world. The idea was to join the resources of pilots, engineers, aeronautical, civil, mechanical, physicists, other experts for my book about 9/11. America nuked on 9/11. That's giving away the punchline because we've discovered that they used nuclear devices to destroy the Twin Towers, not Building 7, which came down in a classic controlled demolition, but the Twin Towers. I'll say more about that momentarily.
We actually have another guest on the line who I think is kind of simpatico with your views. Let me get him on here. This is Dr. Derek Argyle. Dr. Argyle is a professor at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
Urbana-Champaign.
You'll appreciate that I organized the first Midwest 9/11 Truth Conference on the campus of Champaign-Urbana, University of Illinois.
I do. I appreciate that you did that. Here's my thing, though. I think you're slightly off. I am what I call a 9/12 truther. Here's the real truth, everyone. 9/11 didn't happen. It all happened on 9/12, actually. You see, what you saw on 9/11, the whole thing, that was just an illusion created by David Copperfield at the behest of the American government. And it was a dress rehearsal, a distraction, if you will, for what really happened was 9/12, when the towers came down.
Is this, supposed to be humorous? I mean, look.
Oh, I don't find it humorous at all. No.
We lost several thousand people. I was watching the whole damn thing the day it happened, where most other Americans. I couldn't disagree with you more. I mean, look, I bring in experts from all over the world to do this research. There are 15 contributors to the book. America nuked on 9/11, compliments of the CIA, the neocons, and the Department of Defense, and the Mossad. We lay it all out. The whole idea was orchestrated in order to instill fear into the American people and make us believe we were under attack by a foreign power.
Hey, I agree with you 100%. It's just your one day off. It's 9/12 actually is when it actually happened.
I'm sorry, Professor Argyle. This is something that I've never really thought of as kind of an area of debate.
Well, do you believe everything CNN gives you?
Well, no, of course not.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? They were in on it as well, and they were showing footage that was filmed in a Hollywood studio. Actually, the same studio where they shot the moon landing and the Antarctica landing, too. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but man has never been to Antarctica. Everything you've seen has been shot in a Hollywood studio.
It seems, I mean, you could just go pretty far south and reach Antarctica. I mean, that seems.
Have you ever been there?
Well, no. No.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know someone that's been to Antarctica?
I do know someone who's been to the coast of Antarctica.
Werner von Braun conducted an expedition to Antarctica in order to collect moon rocks that had been dislodged from the moon's surface by small asteroids caught in Earth's gravitational field. So he could present them as though, bona fide moon rocks, as though they were results of our trip to the moon and back. They were real moon rocks. They simply hadn't arrived on Earth by the mode of transportation alleged.
Well, I think he lied to you. He didn't actually go to Antarctica because no person has ever been there before. Those rocks were created in a Hollywood studio.
I'm fascinated by your guest, who
thank you.
Baffling me beyond measure. I mean, I know people who were in New York on 9/11. I had a little old lady from Brooklyn called me up to explain how the rabbi in their synagogue had told the members not to go into Manhattan that day. And we didn't have any doubt about it being 9/11. So, I wish you well in the defense of your view. And I want to give you the floor because I've had so much opportunity to present my views here.
No, my heart, I understand what you're saying. I would never doubt someone that lost a loved one in a tragedy. So I understand what you're saying. But, I just happen to know. I know for a fact that it all happened on 9/12. But
that's really fascinating. You guys, look, thanks so much for having me on. And I want to give you the chance to pursue these fascinating issues with your second guest. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, Dr. Argyle, you've talked a lot about this 9/12 theory. So do you think that basically everything happened and we just have the day wrong?
Yeah, in a sense, yes. I mean, something did happen on 9/11, but it was an illusion to distract us from the events of 9/12. By the way, did you guys know Mike Pence is a hologram?
I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true. You've heard him say before he can't physically touch other women that aren't his wife. Well, I mean, the reason why is because he's a hologram. If a woman were to go in for a hug, her arms would go right through him. So to cover this up, he's come up with this crazy idea that it would be unbiblical of him to give a hug or anything like that to another.
Well, what about men? It seems like he would hang out with enough men that might touch him and hug him.
Those are all hologram actors. It's similar to a crisis actor, but it's when you're in a situation where you have a hologram and you want them to not be exposed, you get a hologram actor to pretend that, like, oh, yes, I'm shaking this man's hand, but it's not really happening. These people are very well trained, though. They can mimic the handshake as if there's something there physically. But yeah, if you want to learn more about that, go to 9/12MikePenceHologram.com.
9/12MikePenceHologram.com.
Yes, that's kind of my brand. It's 9/12.
Thank you, Dr. Derek Argyle.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
All right, there it was. That was a great clip.
I miss Dr. Argyle.
I don't think this now. Who had put that in up in the chat there? Into the Streets posted that James Fetzer actually lost a $450,000 judgment. One of the parents of Sandy Hook sued him and won $450,000 in a defamation suit because he was constantly being harassed by people who had read his book. That's the kind of cool.
Wait, he was being harassed?
The father,
the parent was being
the
harassed.
father of one of the dead children.
Okay.
Sued this guy that we had on our show and won $450,000.
Yeah, I thought you were like doing a huge heel turn, being like, "Yeah, this guy got fucked."
No, we're already we can't do a heel turn because we're basically at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the scum bucket right now, so there's nowhere lower for us to go.
It's only more scum above us.
Which reminds me, there is a lower Ice Cream and I, Chess Devil and I, are deep in conversations about a future spin-off.
That's fantastic. Yeah, Chess Devil is not.
Haven't heard from Chess Devil tonight. You know, I'm sure he lives on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We've learned a.
Well, you want me to tell you what happened with Chess Devil?
Please.
We communicated about it. And Chess Devil even told me Chess Devil's real name, which I've already forgotten. Which is kind of the point.
You forgot your new best friend's name. That's kind of sad.
Chess Devil sent me a DM and then was like, "Hey, just so you know, I sent you a DM." I'm like, "Where?" He sent me a DM on Twitch. I didn't know you could do that.
Well,
so then Chess Devil sent me a DM on Twitter. And I don't really check Twitter either. So, like, we've exchanged messages all week.
Wow.
But, yeah, they're a good one.
I'm glad you guys seemed to bond last week over the Clerks animated TV show that I did not even know existed.
Yes.
What indie film would be the weirdest one to make an animated TV show?
Well, like back in the 90s, especially Miramax did that with all of them. Like Days of
there was an animated Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, animated
I think animated American Beauty is definitely in the right time period and also super fucking weird.
Every time I see a plastic bag, I do a fake jerk off motion and I say that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
That dang thing is, we were talking last week a lot about Clerks, the animated series, because it's the best fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, no.
But there is, and I don't know if you know this, Frankie, there is a Clerks live animated pilot, not animated, that they refused to cast the actual actors from the movie in.
That sucks.
That's weird. I guess.
Yeah, they had Brian O'Halloran audition. They said no.
That ding is. Sorry. What that ding is with Girl Interrupted, the animated series.
That's pretty good.
Is a great call.
That's pretty good. Yeah, Deb Jones saying Irreversible, the animated series. That'd be pretty bad. Irreversible is a movie that's famous for its very intense and prolonged sexual assault scene. It's a French film.
And don't forget the fire extinguisher scene, which they use like you're an editor, that may be the most awfully perfectly edited scene of all time.
Fair enough.
I mean, you Frankie.
Yeah. I just don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about that movie. I just don't.
It's.
But it's very well made.
Well, here's what I want.
Yeah.
It is well made, but you would have to do it in reverse. Is the only problem. So you can't do it on TV. But I agree. That stuck me up. I could only watch it once.
Yeah.
And Climax is like the opposite film, which is fascinating.
Sorry, I had a burp. Buffalo 66, the animated series. That's one I would watch. Oh, baby. Vincent Gallo. Where have you been all my life?
Kids, the cartoon.
Kid. Oh, yeah, Gummo. Any Harmony Korine joint. Any Harmony Korine joint. Yeah, Trash Humpers, the animated
Spring
series.
Breakers, the animated series.
All right, that one doesn't count because that's his only like real movies. After the Matters is fucked up. That's right, Brother Wags. This is After the Matters, and we are fucked up. And I like it that
But
way.
I mean, I would definitely like. Have either of you seen Climax? What's his face?
No.
Movie, which was just people dancing.
Gaspar Noé.
For-
I haven't watched any of his things. I've only seen Irreversible.
Well, so this one is it's like basically 30-minute takes of people on acid getting more and more paranoid, and it's fascinating that it came from the same brain as the guy who made those awful fucking Enter the Void type
I know.
shit.
I've watched about 10 minutes of Enter the Void over the shoulder of a person who is very high. This is after the Matters.
The problem with Enter the Void is... Okay,
That was it. I just said this is After the Matters.
I was just going to say, the problem with Enter the Void is he's such a nihilist that if you read it the way he reads it, it's not entertaining or interesting. Like, I get it not being entertaining, but it's just not interesting to me if he's just going to be as cynical as he is. But it does have a cool opening credits.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't want to watch a whole movie that the whole point of the movie is just go, whoa. Not for me.
Have you seen Koyan Katsu?
Yeah, I've seen the Scotsy series of films.
Isn't that like what those films are
No,
about?
those films are more supposed to be about like connectedness of humanity and the beauty. Those films have like beautiful photography, and yes, you can watch them while you're stoned, but they're not they're not like Enter the Void. That's like exclusively for if you're on acid.
So, okay, so this ties into the very first thing I said in the chat room when I got here, because I got here first, is I'm currently in the middle of watching Requiem for a Dream stoned on and off. And it's interesting because it's trippy, but it's not super trippy. But also it doesn't have subtitles, so it's just like an expressionistic play.
When you say stoned on and off, what are you watching, like 10 minutes at a time? That's a 2-hour movie. It's not.
Yeah.
I like it like in 30-minute chunks. I'm
series. Requiem for a Dream, the animated series.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Wetlands is insane, delightful. No, but yeah, Requiem for a Dream is like super interesting. No, I'm trying to rate something that's like sort of about drugs. So the idea was like I was going to watch Bad Lieutenant and Requiem for a Dream back to back and take notes, both high, and then like one other movie, and then just like go into it, just so I could get like 3 triangle points of like drug movies. What should the third movie be?
For a drug movie? Well, like, wait, what do you mean, like a drug movie, or
like the effect of drugs on
like
your life, right?
like I don't know, El Topo or some shit like that, Holy Mountain. That's a real drug movie, or Valerie and her Week of Wonders. That's a good movie to watch when you're high. That's probably on Criterion. Get you some check New Wave. Sorry, I talked over you. Again, that's what I do.
No.
Is that Milos Forman?
No, that's Vera Shilova. Valerie and her Week of Wonders.
Wait, no, Fear and Loathing was Milos, right?
Fear and Loathing.
No, that was Gilliam.
Yeah.
Yes, Deb Jones. It was the Werner Herzog one, and that movie is bananas.
Oh, the Werner Herzog Bad Lieutenant. Is that the one you're talking about? Not the Abel Ferrara one?
Yes, yes.
The Werner Herzog one,
Yes,
where he
yes,
just puts a shot of a lizard for like 5 minutes, for not 5 minutes, like 2 minutes. There's just like a random wide angle shot of a lizard sitting on a rock with like doo-wop music in the background. Yes, that movie is great.
That is 100.
It's terrible, but
But also, like, I like the movie. I don't know, like the scene where he, like the actress in the scene where he pulls over the two people going to do drugs, like in the back alley.
yeah, and he has this is my lucky crack pipe. That's my screen name on Xbox, by the way. If anybody wants to friend me on Xbox, good night. That ding ding is. My screen name on Xbox is Lucky Crack Pipe.
Can I think? But yeah, like that scene, like that actress does such a good job. Like I need to figure out who the fuck she is and like what everything she's been in, because that scene is just so well done in such a fascinating movie.
Yeah.
Like all the little terms, like all the authorial voice, the fact that everyone is high off their fucking minds, but they're all kind of in charge of the situation simultaneously, except for the dude. Like, it's so...
yeah.
That
if only there was some sort of database on the internet, like an internet database of movies.
Of movies? Yeah.
Do you want to hear a story about Natasha Richardson, who passed away? This is an evening story from when I worked on the movie Evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very short, and I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but it's very quick and fun. She
sucked.
I mean, she was all right. She used to be, well, she was married to Liam Neeson, and my friend was her assistant. But I think she was talking to somebody, like she was trying to get a flight reservation or something, and they were giving her a hassle, and she was on the phone, and we were near her, and she said, "Do you know who I am? You can look me up on IMBD. Do it right now." Look me up on IMBD. I just thought that was one of the best. Like you couldn't write a line that. That's one of those lines. If you wrote it, you'd be like, nobody would say that.
It's way too on the nose. Yeah. We're trying to portray this. You know, the audience is gonna be like, okay, this is not a real idiot.
Yeah, nobody would be.
Does anyone remember the 1 second film?
No, I guess that's a no.
No.
Okay, so the 1 second film was this crazy hack that someone did 15 years ago, where he said, "I am going to make a feature documentary that is, it's a documentary about a 1 second film where every frame is a different piece of artwork. But here's the hack. You donate $20, you get an associate producer credit. You get an IMDb credit." And this was before, like, you could, like, just do a web series, or, like, this was, like, before YouTube even. So, like, this was the only way that, like, if you wanted to, it was like giving someone, like, naming a star after them. Like, this was the only way you could get 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon without actually, like, knowing what the fuck you were doing. And then IMDb caught word of it. And, like, I even had a full message board going on mine, and they just deleted everyone. So I'm saying you could have looked.
What? Hello? Did we lose you?
Hunter? Sounds like we lost him.
What if there was like a huge nuclear bomb and Hunter's apartment was the epicenter, and it's just slowly coming towards us and we don't even know it?
Well, I think I live close enough to Hunter that actually no, I guess Hunter lives over the valley now. So I will die next, and then you'll die a little bit later.
Yeah.
But maybe the valley protects me. Probably not. If you know about nuclear weapons, give us a call. 818-650-DARK.
Or if for any reason, literally, if you're sitting there and you're watching this, you're saying, who the F are these guys? What is going on? There's a phone number down there. Should I call it? And you're thinking, should I call it? I don't have anything to say. I feel pressure to be, I see what happened. I've lost my Skype connection to the phone line. So, hold on. Bilo, we're gonna lose you for a second. I'm gonna hang up on Bilo. This is a little behind the matters, after the matters business right here. I've got to redial into our phone system on the Skype. Big shout out to callinstudio.com. If you got a podcast, if you got a podcast, I'm just trying to talk over. Here we go. Listen to all of this. If you got a podcast and you need people to call in, here he is. We're online here.
Hey, you hear me?
Bilo's back. Look at that. We're all back. Everybody's back. Hunter's back. After the Matters is back.
Okay.
I feel good.
So I have a theory about mental health and free will.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually thinking about this before you talked about it, and so I pulled it up in my phone notes because I was thinking about it. I think the people who are dangerous in the world are the ones that don't think that they have mental health concerns, because they do think they have 100% free will, but they don't. And maybe it's mental health concerns is the way I frame it, but you can also look at it as, that's free will. You don't have full control over the science of your body and brain or the circumstances around you. So maybe that's the middle ground, is knowing your limits is what allows you to push your limits even further, or you can be trapped within what you think is your own free will.
I think you're feeding back, Hunter. But
yeah, I know that really killed everything.
I'm trying not to sneeze.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Don't sneeze.
I'm not sneezing. I'm not eating. I'm not sneezing. So that's two positives. The woman who threatened to sue us never emailed us back, so that's good.
Yeah.
Somebody threatened to sue us last week because
hopefully she'll come back, and then we can, maybe we'll do like a whole episode where we squash the beef with the person who wanted to sue
call
us.
back the person that told us to never call her ever again.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Honestly, nothing's turned on me, and I said this at the time. Nothing has turned on me quicker than that lady turned on us during that show.
Oh my God!
I've never had a date that turned that fast. I've never had anything like nothing turned on me that bad.
And you have a child.
Did you guys hear that fart?
No.
Because the chat definitely heard it.
I mean, I'm listening on an iPhone that I'm about to get rid of, so I can't hear shit.
Yeah. Oh man, what a life! What a world!
So one thing we were riffing on was the idea of Hunty and the Chess Devil being like a murder mystery.
Okay, like.
But we'd need to have like a murder.
Okay, well, because
you would need a real one.
Because Chess Devil's family. For those of you who are just listening now, on the line here we have Hunter, who joins us for our after show. This is After the Matters, the official after show for This Is Dark Matters, coming to you live on Twitch. We're talking to Hunter on the phone here, and we also have a frequent caller named Chess Devil, and Hunter and Chess Devil have become fast friends. Last week, Chess Devil talked about his family's murder mystery dinner theater in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yes. Oh my God, so amazing.
So you guys are planning your own murder mystery.
You want to know the even worse part is? I didn't even make that connection. I just thought it'd be really fun. It's like it was Hunty and the Chess Devil doing Serial, but now it's like, oh, we have to do it.
Now you have to do it. You should do it like I know you meant the Serial, but you should do it like Serial, and one of you should be Sarah Koenig, and one of you should be Adnan.
Oh, I would love that.
Should we do our Adnan is guilty as fuck podcast?
Absolutely.
Guilty as one of the Adnan is like OJ
Twitter.
Guilty. That's
Yeah. He's on Twitter talking about
I haven't done any research lately.
No. Sorry.
You're talking about making a murderer guy.
Yeah. No, there's another guy. There's a guy whose name is his first name is Adnan, and he was actually falsely imprisoned for or maybe not falsely imprisoned, but he might have been imprisoned as a minor for being an accomplice to a murder and a drug deal that went bad, and then was jailed from the age of 16 to 40 or something like that. Which I don't know. It's certainly less cut and dried than Adnan Syed, who definitely killed Hay, whatever her last name was.
Speaking of podcasts that are full of shit, any feedback on the Caliphate?
The what?
Oh, the huge blowback that the New York Times did an entire, and it was Peabody and Nobel Prize nominated podcast that turned out to be completely full of shit, and they just thought the guy's story was really good, and they never checked on it.
Oh, I haven't heard about this. I'm interested.
It's basically it was their daily research podcast, and they went deep into it, and apparently they discovered, I never listened to it, someone who I guess moved from Canada to become part of ISIS, and he just he told all these great stories about murdering and executing people, and it was such a good story that they all kind of didn't look.
Oh.
And now it blew up in their faces,
Peabody
and they
Award.
have to give some of the most prestigious awards in history back.
Man,
that's not good.
I imagine if we had to I've got my my Mattersy here for best host. Imagine if I had to give this back for all of the this is from 2017. We haven't done Mattersies the last 3 years.
Since yeah, it's true. I think we can be forgiven for not doing them this year, but maybe not. Maybe the pandemic is no excuse not to have an award ceremony.
I realize I just typed deep dish pizza down there. I forgot I typed it. Should we submit for the Peabody or FYC? I wish one of us was rich. This guy from my high school, he posted on Facebook today that he sold his app for $60 million. Now, I don't know. He probably doesn't own 100% of it or whatever, but he sold it for $60 million.
He probably doesn't. He probably owns 25%.
Yeah,
of it. Still $50 million is a lot of
what
money.
I'm saying is, I wish one of us sold an app and we just had the kind of money would be let's just get a billboard and put up FYC for our show. Because I've been getting a lot of FYC stuff, some end of year. I've been getting some, some guild screenings, some FYC stuff. I feel why don't we have FYC out here?
It's a great point.
Hunter, you had an idea.
The problem is, yeah, sorry.
Oh, my idea was because it's dark. So you remember that movie, The Mummy? Did you see it? The Tom Cruise one. Yeah, the good one. The idea for that was... What's it?
No.
I also did not see it.
At the beginning of that, and Frankie, please pull this up, they did a logo for the Dark Universe, which was a great logo in a terrible film. And it's kind of perfect. You have a dark show. And the only pun I can think of to try and fit it in would be dark mappers. So, like, what if you use that universal dark universe logo, and you got to explore the world? Dark mappers.
Dark mappers. This is Dark Mappers.
And that's the app. It's like what's that? Like
Google Earth. You know, I saw the Google Maps car driving on my street the other day, but it was like in front of me by about 25 feet, and I was like trying to catch up to it because I want to get on the Google Maps cam, but I don't think I got close enough. Oh, my fridge will work again.
I just saw the story of a guy who is causing traffic jams on Google Maps by pulling a radio flyer wagon full of cell phones that are open to Google Maps.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
It's just hilarious.
That's pretty cool. We should do that. But we need a better purpose for it, though. I wish there was a way, like, we got enough wagons with enough, like, let's say we could, okay, like, we can't afford a really great billboard in, like, a prime location, but we can afford, like, a shitty billboard, and we can afford wagons, and we can
definitely afford bus billboards.
Yeah.
Like, we've looked into bus billboards before.
No, but I'm saying, like, we get the location, you know, it's like the toilet, look, like, you know, it's in, like, the alley that nobody's ever going to drive through. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll let you have that billboard for free. Nobody's ever going to drive through there. And then somehow we get enough, like, wagons and shitty cell phones to where everybody who's driving in, like, downtown LA has to go through. They get directed through this one alley.
Yes.
So they all have to see our billboard.
I love it.
Wait, Into the Streets has a great idea. What if we just line all the cell phones on the billboard?
What do you mean?
So we have like two billboards, one on either side of the street. We line 100 on one side, we line 100 on the other side, and then we just call all of them on one side, and then call all of them on the other, and then you use that to confuse the street.
But that's gonna show up as traffic, and then people are not gonna drive there, and they're not gonna see our billboard.
Yes.
We want the opposite
And
of.
that's why we throw our 4th of July party there.
But on a road?
Yeah,
because now
like
the road is
Brooklyn.
empty. Oh, I see what you're saying. The road is empty now because nobody will drive there. But what about the old people that don't use navigation like my dad?
Well, that's why it's an exciting, risky party.
That does sound really
It's
risky.
like if you're going to a party and you're not risking death, is it truly a party?
I'm just going to say, you made me think of my neighbors who have been throwing parties for the last 6 months and having people over to their house. It's been awfully
Exactly.
It's been awfully
That's what I
quiet
was
over there the last 3 months. That's all I'm going to say. Awfully quiet. I like it. The last like 2 or 3 weeks, no parties, no UFC viewing, nobody. Oh.
That is that's disappointing.
Is it? No, it's great. It means they're listening.
No, it's great. It's clearly for the best.
I just saw a feed article saying actually Thanksgiving didn't do anything. There was no surge after Thanksgiving.
Well, that's clearly not true.
Was that article a joke?
Was that
Like,
written by
what,
James Fetzer, the 9/11 Sandy Hook conspiracy guy? Like what? Is that written from another
Hold
universe?
on, now I need to find this BuzzFeed thing. It was it was okay. The U.S. didn't see a major additional COVID-19 Thanksgiving surge. Christmas will be a bigger challenge.
Well, I don't understand. What's happening right now then? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I just put the link in the chat. It fascinated me because 0% everything.
Is it are they just saying, like, in terms of raw numbers, because fewer people were infected and now more people are infected, so they can therefore infect an even larger number of people? Anyway,
it very much feels like that article saying, "Oh, by the way, you all heard that planes are totally cool now, right?" Like you remember that article that was clearly sponsored, Con, about like, hey, we did a study and it said plain thumbs up.
3 weeks later, it's hard to see. This is from the article. Sorry. It's hard to see any clear changes in the trajectory of cases and hospitalization, indicating an additional Thanksgiving surge.
But they were already going up. It's like,
so I guess is what they're saying, that it's going up at the same rate as it was, and it wasn't like an addial bump to the rate of COVID increase.
But what if it would have gone down if people didn't fucking go to Thanksgiving? It's going up so fucking high, like,
and so fast.
Yeah. I don't know. BuzzFeed News, that's a thumbs down from me. I'm gonna call that a thumb. I'm giving that an official thumbs
official
down.
Dark Matters thumbs
That's
down.
right. This is my official thumb. Wow, it's midnight.
And you haven't eaten anything.
I'm hungry. Gosh, I can't get a pizza because the last call for pizza is 9 o'clock at Masa. Why do I know this? Because I've looked it up. I've tattooed
Popeyes.
it. I'm not going to Popeyes. I'm not going to eat. If I'm putting garbage food in my body, it's going to be, I'm not saying gold medal. I'm saying silver medal. Brother Wag's asking, are we scared? Yeah, I'm fucking scared of COVID. My mother-in-law is like not taking it seriously. She wants to come. We have a baby due at the end of February. I mean, at least all the doctors and nurses are going to be vaccinated. They started vaccinating at UCLA where we're having the baby. So
yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if I can let my mother-in-law come and visit when the baby's here, because I don't know that I can trust her to like take it seriously. And so it's like I might not be able to be there when my kid is born because I have to stay home with the other kid because we have nobody to watch him. That's like, that's fucking stupid. But at least the doctors and nurses who are on the front lines are getting vaccinated, and hopefully they'll be protected, and that makes me feel better. But I'm not leaving I'm in this little converted garage here. I'm not leaving my property line for the next like 3 weeks.
What? Can I ask? Because I'm kind of in the same boat as well. I'm actually looking to like do a on Monday do like 3 quick food shopping runs and then lock myself in the house for 2 weeks because I feel terrifying and weird. But all that brings me to this very important question: is the insulation okay in there?
The insulation? Yeah, it's where we got. Yeah, this is all done. It's all done up.
Okay, so it's not like a worry that it's like freezing in there.
Oh no!
I'm looking at
honestly, you could live in here. You specifically, Hunter, could live in here because I have a giant movie screen in here, and all I have in here is editing equipment and a giant movie screen and a chair. That's all that's in this, and carpet. That's all that's in this office right now.
So basically, what you're saying is, when I get my big break, I should just move into
Yeah, you can just buy my house
and hire
and then get
whatever my big break.
get me a better house. I mean, I don't need a better house. Yeah, Mother of Grabblin, my wife's asking, does anybody know what a holistic flu shot is? That's what my mother-in-law got. She got a holistic flu shot, which I could not.
Oh my.
I Googled and I Googled and I Googled. I could not find anybody talking about a holistic flu shot until I finally found her doctor, my mother-in-law's doctor in the town in California that she used to live. A holistic flu shot. It's a homeopathic flu shot. Homeopathic is a code name for a water. Homeopathic just means something that is so diluted in water that there's like almost none of it in the water.
Wait. Okay, so this is another movie reference. Have you ever seen the Julia Stiles The Omen?
No.
Okay, because they do that thing where they try to kill someone by putting air into someone's bloodstream.
Yeah.
And it's actually
Air bubble.
It's a really effective.
Yeah.
Is that the same here?
No, homeopathy is like, it's water that's incredibly diluted, and you think that it has like the magical spirit of whatever the fuck is barely in it.
Like you want to be resistant to poison. So what you do is like you take some poison and then you dilute it 10-to-1 with water, and you take that 10-to-1 diluted solution and you dilute that 10-to-1 of the diluted solution and water. So now you have 100-to-1 solution, and then you do that again until you get like 1,000-to-1, 1,000,000-to-1, and then when you've got to like 10 to the minus 10 to 1, you're like, okay, this is safe, and then you like feed that to yourself, and you think you're immune to poison, and you're not.
That literally sounds like a booster shot.
No, a booster shot is like, like when you get like a booster vaccine or whatever, you're actually getting, they're putting shit into your arm. It's not like so dilute. Like basically homeopathy is just water. It's just injecting water into your body that has like the tiniest amount of something. So, but that's the flu shot that my mother-in-law got.
Wait, but how is that not the flu shot that we all take? Because it's
the flu shot.
The flu shot contains like is as highly concentrated like flu, like actually has like.
Yeah, it has millions. It has like millions of particles in it. It's the opposite.
Okay, so like in the past, I've talked about how I love like lemonade drink packets.
Yeah. Imagine if you had a lemonade drink packet, you took 1 grain of lemonade and you put it into your glass and you drank it. That's what homeopathy is.
That is pretty decent.
So it's not
yeah.
But there we go, Hunter.
But it has that, you're saying, even though it has the 1 grain of lemonade, you drink it and it tastes like water, but you're like, but it has the essence of lemonade. So I must be getting the benefits of lemonade.
And there are so many
you're making
benefits
me
of
hungry again. God, cheese. The only time I had meat was at Bilo's wedding. I had Cornish game hen, which is, I realized it's just a Cornish game hen. I thought was a different species. It's just a tiny chicken.
It's a tiny
it's just
chicken.
a tiny chicken, and I did eat it.
That's the one from Duck Hunt, right?
I feel like it's ducks in Duck Hunt, isn't it?
Have I brought up my favorite bit of video game trivia in the world?
I don't think so.
So when I was staying at my sister's place, her husband had an old Nintendo from the old days, and so he had Super Mario Brothers, which I played the hell out of while I was there. But you remember it comes with Duck Hunt.
The Zapper, right? Is that what you're talking about? The Zapper?
Yeah, so it comes with a Zapper, and it's 2 games in 1 cartridge. But the thing is, the gun only works on cathode ray tube TVs.
Oh, weird. Do you know why that is, or that's just a fact?
It will not read your gun if you're watching it on a flat screen TV of any sort. So, like, I could play the hell out of Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 3, Zelda. I didn't get up to Zelda. But Duck Hunt, I would have loved to have played, but I couldn't.
We talk about video games. We're on Twitch. Can we talk about fucking Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk?
Have either of you guys played this game? I've played like 2 hours of it.
I've seen it because you have like a quote unquote last generation console, right?
Yeah,
you
do
not have a PlayStation. You do not have the newest PlayStation, or you have an Xbox.
I have an
right?
Xbox.
And you have not the
S, but it's the old one. I have the old one. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen some pictures of it from like previous generation consoles. It looks hilariously bad.
Honestly, I thought it would be cool because I really like the Fallout games, and they were advertising it because I like in Fallout. I've talked with Bilo about this. I don't like it's too stressful to me having to like shoot things and get shot at by things. Like that's not enjoyable to me. Like I don't want to sit down.
I can't play I play horror video games for the same reason, and I love horror.
Yeah, it's like I was like I never want to sit down and be like, let me be stressed out of people shooting at me. So they advertise it as like you can live in this world and manipulate the world, and you can talk your way out of shit. I'm all about talking my way out of shit, and you can't fucking do that. You gotta shoot. It's all shooting. They literally just like lied about, like they said that you had all these options. They're like, you can play the game however you want, and it's bullshit. You gotta shoot tons of people. You can technically, you can either.
Isn't the main character like an assassin?
I mean, it's sort of. I don't know. It's very nebulous. The writing is not good. I mean, people complain about video game stuff with it, like glitches or like frame rate. I don't care about any of that stuff. I mean, it is weird when you walk around in the street. If you point a gun at somebody, they don't react at all. Like, it's really weird.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, if you drive your car and you park it in the middle of the street and you get out of your car, like, people don't honk or try to drive around your car. They just sit there. Like, a lot of the AI is pretty dumb. But you can give your character a penis or a vagina. Or no genitals. That's maybe the most fun part of the whole game so far. I mean, the art is really beautiful, but I find it so boring. Forget about all that. I'm not a gamer. Sorry, I know we're on Twitch. Forget about all these people complaining about, I don't know.
So, I like video games, but I have not gotten past baseball, football, and side-scrolling games. So, Frankie, can you pitch me on video games beyond Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario, and 1993 baseball games on my Sega?
I play like one or two games. A game I really like. Nobody has taken me up on my offer to call in. Why not? What else are you doing? It just doesn't. I like the game Fallout New Vegas, which is like a pretty old game now. You can probably get it for like $5, but that has everything I like in a game. You don't have to fight. You can just play as a really smart character or a good liar, and you can just get out of every battle by just talking people out of it, and it's amazing. You can play the whole game and just like convince people not to kill you, and that I love. And that game, you don't have to do any scary real-time battles. It's like turn-by-turn based fighting. So even if you have to fight like some weird scorpion thing, it's not like, in your face stabbing you constantly, and it's stressful. That's one of my favorite games, Fallout New. And the writing is good, the dialogue is good. It's like funny. That's a great. I might play that game over again.
Okay, so that all sounds interesting to me. What that is like, I like the idea. Maybe it's the three-dimensionality that fucks with me. But like, in the past, because you know what my favorite movie is. Or at least the one I talked about.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I started discovering for Go Sketch Yourself that there's a lot of Jurassic Park ambiance noises out there. And that they're like the actual like ambiance of outside the T-Rex paddock. You can hear the goats bleeding or whatever. And turns out a lot of those audio tracks come from real Jurassic Park games, but some of them also come from fake Jurassic Park games. And I found one Jurassic Park game that was a fake game, and it was like a 5-minute playthrough of a demo where it started out by the T-Rex, but the T-Rex isn't there, and eventually it's Silent Hill.
I think we lost Hunter again. It says the phone number left the Skype call.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh. Wonder what happened. Did we not pay? Maybe we didn't pay our balance. Other Duck
Oh,
just said
no.
Eraserhead, which I just like Eraserhead. So I'll point that out. Well, maybe should we retire? It is 12:13 a.m.
Sure. Let's
I'm
call
hungry and tired. My fridge is broken. I'm gonna have to pull it out and do the Bilo technique and see if we can fix it. I don't think we heard back. We had a bunch of guests we tried to book for the next couple
We
weeks,
did.
but it's Christmas, day after Christmas, it's New Year's.
it. Yeah, but what are people doing unless they live in a civilized country?
Yeah. So I don't know, but our next show is Boxing Day, December
Boxing
26th.
Boxing Day. Ridiculous.
There's gotta be a romantic comedy called Boxing Day, right?
If not, we should write it, and
I bet it just hasn't been released here. I bet it's like every Canadian or British star.
There's Gerald Marshall in the UK who makes just one of these movies every
Gerald
year.
Marshall or Gord Marshall, the Canadian
Gord.
Gerald Marshall. Oh, there's a movie called Boxing Day, and it stars Danny Houston is on the poster there. This is not I want a romantic comedy one though.
Yeah, everybody wants a romantic
Well, maybe we'll
comedy.
do a Boxing Day show next week. Hunty, we're signing off anyway because we're tired.
All right. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you to Jesus, to OJ, Sports Jesus.
Oh my God, so
Robot Jesus, and Influencer Jesus.
so many G's and we're proud to have had them on the show. Thank you guys for listening,
Yes.
tuning in to After the Matters, Dark Matters. We're so happy to be able to talk to you every week. And please stay safe out there. Don't have any dumb fucking parties, because one of the Jesuses will tell us, and we will come after you. So stay still.
right.
You don't want that, because I am very slow but very determined.
It's true.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.